Hi, I'm Sydney Murray, and I am starting my video off by talking about things related to this course, being the section about kind of exercise and maintaining a healthy weight. I was just going over it, studying for our exam coming up, and I relate to it a lot because I'm a very active person and I really enjoy things like Pilates and yoga and all the type of exercises, and I find it really fascinating because I feel like I'm pretty educated on these topics. I'm training to get my Pilates certification to become a teacher. So I've taken anatomy, and I've kind of developed a lot of knowledge on this area, and I still was learning things that I was kind of surprised about. And just it was great to hear a different perspective on it from a textbook sense, because I feel like besides the anatomy course, I'm just learning from other instructors, so that was really cool. And definitely one of my favorite parts of this course. One thing that I would say so far that I've struggled in this course in would probably have to be the gender roles and the gender identity. And I'm just really not before actually reading this chapter, I wasn't really educated on the amount of kind of there's the LGBTQ plus community. I know about that, but there was a lot that did surprise me that I learned about. I don't think I necessarily have any questions about it, but I do think it was beneficial, and I learned a lot hearing about it, and I kind of thought that chapter was fascinating. I also thought the topic of obesity in America and in the United States and beyond is just crazy. Hearing about the statistics about the children who are overweight and obese is crazy. And it's so sad to hear, and all the stuff connecting it to the low income housing and the people who, or the children who maybe don't have a great home life. It was really sad kind of to think about, and it makes me appreciate at least where I come from and how I've had the opportunity to have a great, life, being brought up healthy and kind of maintained a healthy weight my whole life with the proper support from my family. And I would definitely say that's one thing that I would incorporate into what I've learned. I've learned a lot about that, and even just learning about the topic of self-concept and self-esteem. I didn't even know the self-concept was a term, honestly. That was definitely surprising to me. I thought that was a really beneficial thing to learn about, because everyone always talks about self-esteem, how you defined, or self-esteem is how you evaluate yourself. And I thought it was interesting because self-concept is the way you define yourself, and that kind of stuck with me, and I thought that was cool. I also think the chapter is really beneficial. I think it's chapter 9, was 8 or 9. It was beneficial about just relationships, and kind of this information can be used in day-to-day life for my personal relationships, always trying to better my relationships with family and friends. And kind of just the TED Talk was really also interesting to watch. And I thought that the point of your partner's word should be building you up and not breaking you down was super important. And I also said the point about where it's not how your relationship starts, it's how it evolves. So a lot of the times you see things go off to a rocky start. It's interesting how give it time and see how it evolves, because things are rough at the beginning sometimes, which I thought was really important to keep in mind. And I'm looking forward to taking a deeper dive in to this course, but I've just been really looking at everything and going over the study guides, and I made a Quizlet for our exam, so I've kind of just been refreshing all this information, so it's really fresh in my brain. And I think that I've really enjoyed this course so far. It's all stuff that I'm very interested in, and especially the chapter also about the reproductive options, and learning a lot about IVF is super important, and all of that. It's all very beneficial and great things to know and be kind of updated on the latest information on it. So I'm looking forward to exploring the rest of this course, and thank you so much for your help.